Queensland's been absolutely hammered by storms and floods lately, and it's taken a huge toll on the wildlife. Right now I'm on the Sunshine Coast to help out two girls called the Pelican twins who have dedicated their lives to helping sick and injured birds. They've got 10 pelican chicks that have been orphaned they want me to look at, but one in particular is quite sick.
Chris is now on his way to the Twinnies Pelican Rehabilitation Centre to meet up with Bridget and Paula.
Hello.
Hi.
How you going?
Good.
I'm Chris.
Paula and Bridget.
Okay, I'm sure That's very sweet. They don't just look the same. They speak the same at the same time. Where did all these guys come from?
They came from Ivanhoe Dam when the big floods were on.
One might start a sentence, but they both finish it.
And the parents got killed, and even some of the baby chicks got killed as well.
Oh, wow. Everything's the same. Sorry. You guys talk at the same time?
Yes.
Well, we don't notice it, but people do.
Yes.
Following recent floods, the twins rescued these 10 baby pelicans.
There you go. There you go. No, that's my hand. That's still my hand.
Yes.
You may notice the fish went down a long time ago.
You're doing good, Chris. As soon as we laid eyes on them, we got goosebumps and watery eyes because we've never seen one before, because we've been doing this for 14 years and we've always wanted to see a baby pelican.
But one of the orphan chicks is in a critical condition.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Poor little Johnny. We can pick her up and then take her in, and you can have a better look at her on the table in there.
And that problem there is pretty visible, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
You can see when she holds her head back, she has to almost move her head around.
Yes.
That
and
big air bubble there?
Swallowing as well, so she must think that there's something in her throat.
Yeah. What's her name?
Johnny.
Johnny?
Yes, just in case she's a boy or a girl. Yes.
I've certainly seen plenty of lumps and plenty of swellings on birds before, but I've never seen one this big and never seen one on a pelican's neck like this before. That has to have an effect on how well she can eat.
Yes.
Because the base of her mouth is just full of that swelling there.
Yes.
It's going to affect how well she eats, because the fish has to push past that, how well she drinks, and really, because that neck's so crucial to their balance, how well she walks around. So we definitely need to get rid of that so she can actually get a normal meal in there.
Yes.
And grow properly, because at the moment she's getting left behind by everyone else.
Yes, she is.
Which is very sad.
Is this the snake bite?
Yes.
Back in Sydney, 5-year-old Lexi has been admitted to the Bondi Referral Hospital SASH after being bitten by a snake.
All right. The biggest concern is that Lexi's probably been bitten by a brown snake. Now, these snakes are absolutely deadly. Most dogs can be dead within an hour if they've had a lethal bite. Okay, Bubby. Just got to get these tubes into you. We've just got to move fast and get the anti-venom into her as soon as possible.
Lexi's owner has brought in the snake that attacked the little schnauzer.
This is the culprit that's bitten Lexi. This is a brown snake. They're really deadly. You can see that she's had a go at the snake. There's bite marks in it all over its body. She's had a good chew. You can't really blame the snake. They were just going about their daily business. Lexi came along and decided to mess with the wrong creature. Regardless of the size of this snake, Lexi is lucky she's alive because their venom is deadly.
Hey, Lexi.
She is bleeding everywhere. One of the things that brown snakes do is that they stop their blood from clotting, so she's just hemorrhaging. We just have to get that anti-venom into her. I don't want to waste any more time. With the round snake, their bite paralyses them, it can stop them from breathing. Worst case scenario, she'll end up on a ventilator, so we really have to move very fast.
While the anti-venom takes effect, Lisa has some devastating news for Lexi's owner, Tennille.
The complications that can happen with a brown snake bite are paralysis. It can paralyse their breathing muscles, and worst case scenario is that they can die. And most of the time it's from having a ventilatory problem, failing to breathe.
Yeah, I'm just a bit stressed out. She's in good hands though, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Lexi is feeling terrible right now. She's absolutely terrified, and now she's actually fighting for her life.
This is Hugo's brekkie, and you're eating it all.
At the Australian Reptile Park, General Manager Tim Faulkner is about to take on a massive challenge.
There's plenty of routine jobs we do at the reptile park, and one of them is weighing all of the animals.
And when the animal is a Galapagos tortoise called Hugo, the degree of difficulty goes straight to a 10. Despite his long-term residency at the park, the 61-year-old has never been weighed.
Today's exciting. To the average person, it may seem simple, but for the first time, we'll have an actual weight of Hugo.
It's a big day for you today, isn't it, mister? Hey? Oh, cuddle time, really? Oh, there we go.
Hugo's favourite keeper, Jules, is helping Tim with his weighty assignment.
Hey, Jules.
Hey.
Big day?
Yeah. Pretty excited. What you got for us?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything. You ready to get weighed? My fingers. The weighing's all part of Hugo getting a girlfriend. If he was deemed to be in poor health, it wouldn't be a suitable thing to ship him a girlfriend here from halfway around the world.
Hugo has just reached his sexual maturity at the tender age of 61. Lately, the lonely bachelor has been taking out his frustrations on his favourite rock.
I think anything that's got a little bit more character than a rock is going to be okay for Hugo.
Last year, Chris was called in to run tests to find out if Hugo is capable of becoming a dad. Fortunately, the results were positive.
You get your girl, mate. Good times coming up, Hugo.
But no girlfriend for Hugo just yet. He has to pass one more test.
I think we need to get a bit of a weigh-in, Jules. Do you want to scribe? Hugo's weight is the talking point today. I'm going to put my weight on last. Tim, to all radio holders, we're about to take Hugo and weigh him. Al, front desk, do you want to start? What do you think Hugo weighs?
I reckon Hugo would weigh about 162.
Whoa! Okay, thank you. Tim to Kel?
I was thinking around 119.
119. I think he's probably going to be around 123.5 kilos. Roughly. Mick, would you grab the van, mate, and bring it, park it next to the tree, and we'll walk Hugo down now.
Yep, no worries.
Come on, mate, let's go. We've got a custom-made box that fits nicely in the back of a vehicle. We're going to load him into there with a bit of energy. We're then going to take him over to a factory close by where we can hopefully walk him onto a set of industrial scales and get his weight. Nothing happens fast with Hugo. This is him excited.
Okay, sweetie pie, you just got to let us treat you. Just go with it.
At Sash, miniature schnauzer Lexi has been bitten by a deadly brown snake.
Well, she's had one vial of antivenin, so she should be able to start to improve in terms of walking. That's a girl. Let's just see how you can stand. Lexi, can you stand? Oh, no. I think she wants to be able to move, but she's paralysed from the brown snake toxin, so she can't move. So I think that's just stressing her a little bit. Normally I would expect to see a bit more of an improvement in the ability to stand and walk at this point.
Even after receiving the antivenom, Lexi's condition is still critical.
Her clotting times are so high, I imagine that she's had a really lethal dose. I think we should probably give her another vial.
A second vial of antivenom is needed.
Let's hit him hard. I think it's going to be the best thing for her. Just got to try and keep her as calm as possible. All right, darling. All I'm hoping is that we've got antivenom into her in time. These snakes are absolutely deadly. Most dogs can be dead within an hour if they've had a lethal bite. Lexi's still alive, which is amazing in itself, but that could change very, very quickly. We've got to watch her closely.
And
we can start by feeling around her neck, because once we know what's inside there, we can work out a plan about how to get it out.
Yes.
On the Sunshine Coast, the Pelican twins, Bridget and Paula, have asked Chris to help them save Johnny, a chick with a severely swollen neck.
The swelling itself feels quite soft, so most likely it's air, but there is a chance it could be fluid. If it's fluid, we could be in real trouble here.
Little prick Johnny.
Okay. See that?
Yes.
All right. So, that tells us what's in there.
Yes.
So it's air.
Yes.
The thing about all birds is they have air sacs, as you know, which are those little
It's
balloons.
like bubble wrap.
Yeah, like little balloons they have all around their body, which makes their body quite light, but also gives them a chance to breathe oxygen incredibly well. But in her case, we've got a problem with one of those.
Yes.
And the bigger it gets, the more it's actually going to affect how well she eats, and it's going to start affecting how well she breathes soon too.
Yes.
Okay, so what we need to do, it sounds pretty dramatic, is actually make a little cut in the side and actually drain the air out, sure, but then look for where the leak's coming from. Because unless we can find that leak and fix that leak, this is just going to keep on filling up.
Yes.
She is going to need an anaesthetic for that.
Yes, we know.
And that's probably the thing that worries me the most. I'm confident we can...
Us too.
Yeah. When you watch how they talk about these birds and how they react when any bird is in danger, you start to appreciate how much they mean to them. That also means just how much pressure I'm under right now. Do you have a vet around here that I could speak to and possibly look at using their hospital?
Yes.
The fact that Johnny is so young means that it's going to be incredibly hard to judge just how deep she is under anaesthetic. Push her too deep, she may not wake up.
We are very worried. Yes, we just wanted to supervise the anaesthetic.
Come on, mate, let's go.
See if we can get you to come all the way out.
Hugo the Galapagos tortoise is leaving the Australian Reptile Park to go on a big adventure.
Oh, come on.
Wow!
The much-loved reptile is about to be weighed for the very first time.
We've actually found the perfect place. A new factory around the corner has a set of industrial scales.
He's so cute!
But it's going to be a logistical nightmare.
We plan, take Hugo, lure him with some carrot onto the scales and get his weight. Do you want to have a guess how much he weighs?
Oh, about 200 kilos?
200.
200, yeah.
That's the heaviest guess.
Oh, okay.
How heavy do you think he is?
500 kilos.
500? Maybe. 1, 2, 3. Whoa. I don't know if he's half a ton. Good boy, mate. How do you weigh a Galapagos tortoise? It's not easy. He takes 4, 5 people just to lift him off the ground.
A little bit more, buddy.
There are lots of things that seem simple that are really difficult, and this is one of them.
Hey mate, how you going? How are you? Nice to see you. You too. Thanks for this. We've got
No worries.
Our patient right here. You obviously know these two.
I do.
Veterinary assistants today.
Chris and twins Bridget and Paula have brought their injured pelican to a local vet clinic.
Yeah, we need to find a way to get this out and try to stop it from reforming.
Dr. Doug Gray will be assisting with the operation to try to locate and repair the hole in Johnny's air sac.
Are you going to be okay to watch or?
Oh, yes, Kel, yes. Can we watch? Is that all right?
Doug, your hospital.
Oh, wow. Oh, well, we're going to be with you, darling.
I'm going to say, walking into a vet clinic where I've never really worked before and working on one of the 20s pelicans, you can't help but feel the pressure. All right. I think the big decision is what side we incise along. What I wouldn't mind doing is, can we hit those lights? I've got a bit of it. Just thinking, if we shine this through here, this is as much showing me where to go as it is where not to go, because you can see all the big blood vessels, which I really want to avoid, but also all those very clear areas are where the air's sitting. We'll look on the other side. There's an area here that's a bit interesting that she doesn't have on the other side. Now that could be a little blood clot or a little scar, but it could also indicate that's where the initial injury happened.
I think that'd be a great place to start.
Yeah. Who would have thought a $2 torch would be more valuable than an X-ray?
Having identified the possible problem area, Chris and the team can now anaesthetise the young pelican and commence surgery.
What I'm thinking is, a normal mask that's that big isn't going to do much good for her. So, do you have like a bottle or something quite long that we could actually put over her beak there?
Yes.
Give me a bottle, some tape, and a bit of tubing, and I reckon I can make you a pelican anaesthetic mask.
Good so far.
I've had audiences before, but never quite like this. Okay, so the mask's on. We're just waiting for her to start taking a few breaths, and very slowly that anaesthetic will start to take hold.
Anaesthetic's a big risk. It's a way when the heart stops and when they stop breathing. We've been there and done that.
It's probably the nervous time now, just because I'm going to judge perfectly just how deep she is and get her asleep and then get the procedure started. But getting to the point where we can actually begin the operation it's always nerve-wracking.
It's all right.
At Sash, 2-year-old Stanley is fighting his own battle. The British Bulldog is struggling to breathe.
I just feel like he's in pain the whole time.
Worried owner Michael is trying his best to keep the Bulldog calm.
Whenever he is around other dogs or gets really hot, he can't breathe properly, his throat swells up. I can't walk more than 500 metres, and that just starts. And it's just, you feel bad for him, you've got to take him home, put him in the air conditioning and let him wind down by himself in the corner.
Michael, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Andrew,
Hi, mate.
how are you? Stanley, sound like a diesel truck. Hey, come on. I guess there's no guessing why you're here. That's the loudest snore that I think I've heard out of a bulldog. That's pretty bad. So he's 2 years old.
Yes.
How long has he sounded like this?
Over a year, yeah.
And there's not too often that I say, you've got no other option, but if we don't do something before the next summer, he'll be in a whole heap of trouble. You know your soft palate is?
It's like the flap at the back of
Yeah, the little dangly bit. Yeah. But theirs is, in dogs, it's much more broad. And in these guys, it's really broad, really thick, and really long. If we don't do something now, his whole voice box will just end up collapsing.
Yeah.
And if it gets to that point, the only thing we can do is put a permanent tracheostomy in him.
Yeah.
A tracheostomy, there's a hole in here, and that's, you can do it, but it's really high maintenance, and they don't get a normal quality of life out of it.
Michael knows that if something isn't done soon, he risks losing his buddy.
He's just going to overheat and pass away. You know, that's generally what could happen.
Oh, hello, sweetie pie. Yeah. Lexi's had 2 vials of antivenin now, and if she still can't clot her blood, she'll need a 3rd vial. Okay, Lex, just a little sting. Well, she's certainly not oozing with blood like she was last time.
At Sash, miniature Schnauzer Lexi is still in a critical condition after being bitten by a deadly brown snake.
Have a good sleep, all right? This blood test is going to tell us a lot. It's going to tell us if she's still got circulating venom in her system. If it's normal, we know that we're doing the right thing. We know that we're getting there. That's no good. So her clotting time basically hasn't really changed since last time. It means that she's still got circulating venom in her system, and Lexi's going to need another vial of antivenin.
Good girl, you know that.
Hey Tim, how you going, mate? Yeah, good. Good to see you.
Tim and his team have arrived at a factory not too far away from the Australian Reptile Park for Hugo's very first weigh-in.
Can you grab the forklift, mate? Yep. Tough. G'day. How are you? Good, very excited. Yeah.
Managing Director David and his staff are happy to be helping. They have all the right equipment for this very special job.
Yeah. I was surprised when they asked us if they got a set of scales. I thought, what are they interested in that for? Reptile Park's a great place to visit, and it's good to be a little part of it.
Anyone actually working here today?
Well, they should be. I'm paying for them.
All right.
Get ready. Have you got an idea on how much he weighs? You can't look.
You got those bets rolling?
You put yours up.
The competition to guess Hugo's weight is growing by the minute.
Who's this?
That's our account.
David.
He works with numbers.
He does.
Important thing now is that Hugo stays calm. He's in an unusual environment. We just want him to think that he's on his daily walk around the park. Come on. Here you go.
It's probably past the food now, eh?
You got to come a bit closer.
Not even Hugo's favourite treats are enticing the huge tortoise to make his way to the scales.
We're not going to laugh at you, mate. It's all right. Come on. Good boy. It's a hell of an effort for one animal, but it's important. That's it, Hugo. We're getting there, buddy. Just one more step and he's on. We've got a trail. Good boy. Ultimately, the food always wins. That's it, a little bit more. He's on. What is he?
165.5.
I lost. I wasn't even close. I was surprised at the weight. He was, a quarter heavier than I thought he was going to be, and he holds it well. Great news, hey?
Yeah, definitely.
You'll get a girl.
He's in great nick for that. Maybe I'm a little bit jealous that he might actually get a real girlfriend.
Jules is jealous, mate.
But before Hugo can return to the park, Tim has one more important record to keep.
Okay, everyone smile. You too, Hugo. Sorry, hold on. Hugo's not smiling. Smile. Beauty. No one here was even close. We need to get back to the park now because someone was, and it wasn't me.
At Sash, Stanley is in serious trouble. The British Bulldog is fighting for oxygen.
Come here, Stan.
Oh, mate.
It gets worse and worse.
It gets worse and worse. Oh, yeah, you're a good boy. Every breath he takes, he's having to breathe that little bit harder. It creates a lot of negative pressure. And with too much negative pressure, their whole voice box can start collapsing. And there's no point me trying to look down his throat because he'll just get distressed. So the only way we can do it is to anaesthetise him. Have a look, make the assessment, and say, okay, we've got to do this, and then just do it.
I think that's the best option.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think he'll see the summer through.
That was what we were
like that. Yeah, have a lick, and that'll quiet. Yeah, you go. Oh, sure. Yeah, go. Come on, we'll get him into his bed for the night.
No worries.
Good boy. This way, mate. Come on, Stanley. It's exciting, mate. Hey? A bit quieter when you sniff.
Yeah.
Andrew wants to operate on Stanley immediately.
We'll just throw him in here.
At first, the Bulldog needs to calm down. For Michael, it's a reluctant goodbye.
So can we come in tomorrow afternoon or just wait, you reckon?
I would not visit him. I'd probably not visit him, period.
Just wait to the end?
Yeah, if he gets excited and it's really vascular and if it just sets off a bit of bleeding because he's jumping around, you don't want to do that.
See you, buddy. Any operation, human or animal, you know, it's an operation. Things can go wrong.
Down she goes.
On the Sunshine Coast, Johnny is now asleep and Chris is happy to begin the delicate operation to repair the chick's ruptured air sac.
Hold that beak closed. Right, we're in there, it's a good fit.
It will be a tense wait for Johnny's carers, Bridget and Paula.
Just have to make sure she takes a few breaths and even give her a few breaths if we need to.
The leaking air sac is causing severe swelling in the baby pelican's neck and impeding its growth.
The key is just being fairly precise, getting in there, trying to locate this air sac, hopefully find out where the tear is, repair that, and get out. There we go. Okay, and down it goes. I cut into Johnny's neck and feel a whoosh of air. That's one problem solved, but in one way, another problem created. Where did the leak come from? Thinking if we have a leak in there, if we pour saline in there, we might even get a bubbling coming out from there. Almost like how you check for a leak in a bike tyre. So we're doing the same thing with Johnny. So pouring a whole lot of saline inside that space and really looking for any air bubbles that are leaking out. You could be looking for something that is microscopic here, because all it needs is for air to leak through that hole. It doesn't take much of a hole for that.
After more than 5 minutes of searching, Chris still hasn't found the source of the leak.
All we can do is work on an area we think the leak is and really then prevent another bulging of air from occurring. Oh, there we go. Did you see that?
Finally, Chris identifies the problem area.
What we want to do is actually put a little dab of tissue glue, essentially super glue, on that spot to provide a bit of strength and also a bit of scarring as well. And that should actually seal off that air sac. Now comes the big test. The glue's in place, time to put some pressure on the air sac and see if it leaks. When I'm pushing here...
It's holding pretty well now.
Yeah, the bubble's now holding.
Still going down?
So 20s. Yes. What I think we've done is find where that leak in the air sac was, and we put a little bit of tissue glue there, and it doesn't look like it's leaking anymore.
Oh, wow. You can fix our tyre anytime.
For further protection, Chris is now inserting a temporary neck drain.
Okay, this is the last suture here. That's done. I really think for those girls to be a few metres away from Johnny felt like miles. And so now, to have the good news that she is all right, it's a big relief. But she's going to start waking up pretty quickly.
Oh, wow.
Here we go, little one.
Good girl, darling.
You see her eyelids just
Yes.
flickering back and forth now. She's not far.
Good girl.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look, she's got little eyes open. Hey, Johnny. I'm glad she pulled through. We were very, very nervous. You feel better, don't you, darling?
All right. Oh, that's more like it. There we go. Take it out on Bunny.
Johnny will now return to the centre with the twins. It will be a few days before she gets the all clear, but the chick is already much happier.
Johnny looks great, and certainly all of that air has now gone, but there is a chance, even though we have the drain, that it could reform. Fingers crossed it doesn't.
Tim and keeper Jules have now returned to the Australian Reptile Park with Hugo.
That's a boy. Come on, back in.
The Galapagos tortoise's very first weigh-in was a success.
You did well.
I wonder if he knows just how good he was.
Now to find out who guessed the 61-year-old's magic number.
Well, you've had a look at the piece of paper with everyone's names on it, have you?
Yeah, I have.
So tell me, who won? Who was the closest?
It's not one of the keepers.
That'd be right.
Alex.
Alex?
162.
Oh, what?
3 off. Alex is the supervisor of our front desk. She'll be expecting a present. I've got a little surprise for her. So you've won a date with him, and your present is this. That's a little conversation starter.
Thanks. That's awesome. Here you go. Here you go. He doesn't like me. Oh, yum. Awesome prize. I'm so happy. Look at him. He's beautiful. Do we make a good couple?
Give him a kiss, Al.
Snoring, snoring.
At Sash, 2-year-old Stanley is finally ready for his life-saving respiratory surgery.
He's been sedated and he's obviously much calmer and quieter. We're going to open up his airways. We'll open up his nostrils because they're really narrow. His soft palate, tighten it up. 99 Stanley. Oh, God. That soft palate's just sitting almost halfway down his windpipe. All bulldogs, their soft palates are a bit long, but he's a gold medal winner.
If Stanley's overgrown soft palate isn't shortened, Andrew fears the bulldog wouldn't survive another summer.
When he's breathing really hard, this is just going up and down like that, and just obstructing his whole larynx. In extreme cases, if they're breathing so hard and it's, you know, a really hot day, their lungs can fill up with fluid, and that, you know, is really catastrophic. Oh, God. Wow. That's just a huge amount of tissue that I've had to take out there. It's really thick and fleshy. And that's the other problem. When it's so thick like that, it just fills up the whole airway.
With part of the soft palate removed, Andrew now needs to widen Stanley's nostrils.
What I'm going to do is just take a wedge of tissue out and suture it closed. Be much easier for air to get in. This is probably the bloodiest part of the surgery. We'll do the same on the other side, and every little bit will just make it that much easier for him to breathe. So now we just make sure they wake up quietly and slowly.
Although Andrew's happy with the way the surgery has gone, any excitement to Stanley can cause swelling or rupturing of his delicate blood vessels.
If we don't watch him, he could suffocate, obstruct and die. So he'll basically be getting 24-hour care for the next 24 to 36 hours.
Hi, Lexi. Hi, sweetie pie. How you feeling? Do you want to come out? Come out and give us cuddles? She's actually quite heavy. Oh my goodness, look at you! Look at you!
It's taken 3 vials of antivenom, but finally Lexi has recovered from a deadly brown snake bite.
You're so much better, I know. Talking lots. Everything's going in the right direction. I'm really, really glad we gave her 3 vials of antivenin. This little girl would have died if we didn't treat her the way we did. You needed those 3 vials, didn't you? Yeah, so much better. It's going to take her a few weeks to get totally back on her feet, but this is miraculous. Want to go see Mum? Yes? Want to go home? Do you want to go home? I know, darling.
Ready to go and get Lexi? Take Lexi home? Yeah, take Lexi home. This is Lockie, Lexi's big brother. He's a few months older, but they've been together since she was 4 weeks. So he's been at home for the last few days, moping a little. You looking forward to seeing Lex?
Let's go. You ready to go home?
For brother and sister, the separation is finally over.
Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Hello, chicken.
Such a gorgeous reunion. Tennille was so relieved to have Lexi back so soon. She was surprised she was even walking. I think the poor woman is so nervous now of having snakes come back. She just can't really relax, can't let her guard down, because how are you going to prevent them? She's always going to be worrying that another snake is going to come back, and Lexi for sure is going to go for it. Do you want that snake back?
No, I don't want to see it again.
Fair enough.
Hi, Chris.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Before heading back to Bondi, Chris has returned to the Pelican Rehabilitation Centre to see if the surgery to repair Johnny's ruptured air sac has been a success.
So we're going to get a little bit of swelling around the drain, which is going to be very normal.
Yes.
But the important thing is there's no bubble forming up here.
Yes, that's right.
And if there is any air, it is going to float up and start to inflate out of her neck, but
Yes.
it looks good.
Well, she's a just completely different pelican.
After checking the temporary neck drain for infection, Chris gives the all clear.
Oh, that's good.
Excuse me. You haven't done this before. Seeing how she is this morning and how active she is and how keen she is to get on with life says to me that there is a chance she may be able to catch up to the rest of her brothers and sisters, and one day it can be released. Take it out on Bunny. All right. Am I done yet?
No, there's one more thing.
What's the one more thing?
To release a pelican who was in the floods. And we want you to release her.
When you ask like that, how can I refuse?
Good, that's good.
Come on, Stanley. Hey, you going to come out and see what you're doing?
At SASH, Stanley has now recovered from his life-saving respiratory surgery. It's hard to believe that when the bulldog first arrived at SASH, the staff could barely hear themselves think above his laboured breathing.
It's a bit better, isn't it, mate?
It's been an amazing transformation.
Really, really good. I definitely couldn't have hoped for anything better than this. Sit. Oh, what a good sit. What a good boy. Can I have a look at your nose? Well, that's healing together well. Okay. The proof of the pudding's going to be when he goes out and meets Michael and Brittany, because he'll get really excited. And, you know, if he doesn't sound like a steam train after that, then I'll have done my job.
I'm excited to see him, but a bit nervous, because I just want him to be better, really.
Stan!
Do that. Pretty exciting.
Don't excite him too much.
No, Stanley was so excited to see Brittany and Mike, but he was quiet as a mouse. You just couldn't hear him. That means I've done what I set out to do.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
Looks like the spot.
Yes, that's good that she's got some friends too.
The twins have asked Chris to help them release Logan, another pelican they nursed back to health after the floods.
She had no movement whatsoever. Like a dead pelican.
Wow.
Yes.
Now ready for release, they've brought her to a nearby inlet, which will now become her new home.
The 20s take in sick and injured seabirds from the entire Queensland coast. Without them, these birds would have nothing. Birds like Logan and Johnny, they're lucky to have them. She's come a long way, huh?
Yes, she has. Good girl.
Did you always
These
think...
are happy tears.
I guess over those last few days, I've learnt to expect the unexpected. But from the 20s right now, I didn't expect tears. Eventually Johnny will be in this situation.
Yes, that's going to be really hard. Yes. But she's got to be a pelican and she'll be out there free. Good girl, Logan.
Wow, she's feeling that wind.
Yes.
Wind.
Woo! Oh, wow.
Up she goes. Look at that, huh? Fly by for you.
Look at her.
After 8 weeks of care, to feel that wind rushing through her wings, that's what freedom feels like. She's telling them all about the 20s right now.
Yes.
Well, I hate to say it, I've got to fly as well, but thank you.
Yes. And I wish there was 2 of you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Danny. If you enjoyed this video, then please remember to subscribe to the Bondi Vet YouTube channel. Click on the screen now to continue watching more great content.